Sun FM on a beautiful Monday morning. There goes Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back at 8:16. And we'll get to the latest traffic and travel news in a few minutes' time. It's bound to be quiet. It better be. Unless, of course, you're taking your kids to school and you're one of those key workers. All the schools have been open all over the Easter holidays. But today, they should have been back, of course, after their 2-week break, but not unless... of course, they're being, I suppose, babysat. That's probably not the right phrase to use. But on the show this morning, I've got Mr. Biggins who's on from St. Bennett's in Fulwell. Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good morning, Simon.
Yeah, are you coping okay with this extended period of, I'm going to say, doing nothing?
It's a little bit, cabin fever starting to set in a little bit now, but we're doing okay.
Now, I heard that today's the day that you're going to start doing loads of online lessons. Can you give us a bit more information on where we can see them? And is it just for year 5 and 6? Because I think that's who you teach at school, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's the live lessons are going to be up on YouTube and they're free for anyone, so it's not just for my sort of school. You don't need any logins or anything like that to get on them, as well as the work that goes with them. I've had my YouTube channel for a couple of years now. I set it up originally to help kids with homework. Well, to be fair, help parents with homework, because when I started to learn to teach, I realised there was a lot of things that I never learnt when I was at school. So parents couldn't help kids at home. So I've had my YouTube channel for a while. If you just search for Mr. Biggins on YouTube, I'll beat Christopher Biggins. I'm the most popular YouTube Mr. Biggins, so we're all good with that one. But it's just basically every morning at 10 a.m, some afternoons as well, I'm going to be doing some lessons, and it's just a chance to, I think a lot of the stuff with the work that's been sent home and stuff like that, it's hard for parents to help the kids. They're doing work from home, they're not just at home on holiday or anything like that. So it's there to help them. They can leave the kids for an hour or two while I'll be teaching them, and then the work, and I'm going to stay on the YouTube live after the lesson, so if there's any questions or anything like that, they can ask me. And it is aimed at 5 and 6, but I would say children that are in year 4 now would be getting to the stage where they'll be doing year 5 work. And even children in year 7, if they just want sort of recap or to keep up to date on stuff, it's there to help anyone who wants it.
I read this morning a newspaper article said that 2/3 of kids, since they were sent home that day, haven't done anything, and I think it's quite a dangerous position, isn't it? Because the more this goes on, the more they're going to be held back, aren't they? And they're not going to be able to catch up, are they?
Yeah, well, that's the worry that all the teachers have out there. We're sort of, although we've been off for a while, we're working every day. We're talking to each other. How can we get the kids doing work? Because it's not just us giving them the work; it's getting them engaged in the work. Because there's, like you say, there's lots of kids there that aren't doing stuff, and we don't want a gap to build up, especially. At my end, I'm at the top end of the primary school, and they're about to go to secondary school. It's a big jump up for them, and we don't want them to start to be falling behind now. So little things like this where they can interact with a teacher. I try to be funny. It's mainly dad jokes, but hopefully it will keep them on board. And then even on a Friday night between 5 and 6, I'm also going to be doing a stay-at-home school disco. So hopefully get them along, and I think it's that social aspect as well, letting the kids talk to each other and comment so they can talk to each other, because that's a big thing that they're missing, that social interaction, not just the work.
Well, good for you. Thank you, Mr. B. Nice to have you on the show this morning.
No, thanks for having us, Simon.
And good luck with everything. So look out for look for Biggins on YouTube, but not the first one with the most followers, but the second one.
No, I should be the first one now. I used to be the second one. Christopher Biggins had the monopoly for a while, but it's in my hands now.
After this appearance here, of course. Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
Well, good luck to you, and thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Simon.
So if you want the kids to get involved with that, that's 10 o'clock every morning, as you've just heard. Right, the latest traffic and travel news in just a moment. I assume it'll be quiet, but we'll check next at Sun FM.
103.4
Sun FM.